window. Okay, OBS, if you can behave yourself, we're going to be playing Resident Evil Requiem tonight. Capcom presents. I wish. You know, it really is sad
It's debated.
that,
Oh no!
it really is sad that just about every
Give it your best. Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no!
What?
So anybody who's on my channel, can you check to see if the stream's going all right?
It's going all right.
Okay, there we go. Sorry, I
Yep,
had
things
to
are good.
check and make sure that my controller was
Forgot
still
that.
working, because I had to take my Xbox One controller cable downstairs to get the DualShock 4 synced up to the PlayStation 4, because somehow, when the battery ran down, the controller got desynced from the console.
Somehow.
As it always does.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here.
There are a couple of things, a couple of news items that we didn't get through last week. By the way, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Mehcast. And, excuse me, what a Mehtly crew we are.
Yep.
As we've mentioned just a couple of seconds ago, rest in peace to the creator of HR Puffin Stuff, whose existence I mostly know of as an odd novelty. Let's see here.
Ooh, I think this is some Yakuza music here, too.
Yeah, Tony's playing Five Nights at Fuckboys.
Seismic toss.
Damn you, balloon boy. I have for you today. Find item, friend. It will cost you 15 tokens. Lighter was bought. Now fuck off. And then Stark, you'll at least get a good laugh at the item description for this. Item is a fucking lighter. Perfect for punishing degeneracy. So now, we gotta go back to Foxy's spot, Foxy's Cove, and set it on fire because he's busy masturbating.
What?
Only
2 scrap, create a knife.
RP
Handgun ammo.
Pirate Cove.
Okay, so
Come
I'm
with
gonna
me, you yiffy
craft
piece of
some
shit.
handgun ammo.
Well,
I'm gonna use this
now we got the whole gang together.
to craft a hemolytic injector.
Now that we got the gang together, it's time to start grinding levels. Doing a little bit of grinding.
Okay.
And then I think taking out some cameras. Yeah.
I still find it funny how got a fist plate.
Okay. Well, let's get some better music.
Gotta go this way. Yet another martial arts master. Nasty. One word for you, buddy. Deodorant. Use it.
Now, we had some other news from the previous week. Alright, the little blonde girl is, fucking around.
So y'all talked about the Avatar movie leak.
Oh, we have not talked about the Avatar movie leaking. The Avatar movie leak.
Happened this week.
Yeah, that happened this week, not last week.
I thought it happened over the weekend.
Well, it happened over the weekend. We haven't talked about it on this show. I don't think we talked about it, period. Okay, so the Avatar Legend of Aang movie leaked, and I will insist on calling it that because, well, it's,
It sucks.
yeah, by the way...
I don't know.
What the fuck?
Oh, and also Taika Waititi is in it, and I hate him, and I hate his character already.
Is that the Crimson Head? Is the Crimson Head the thing making that noise?
I think it's a different version, different thing that's even worse than Crimson Head in this game. Okay, let's see.
So yeah. So yeah, they have induced on. Oh, and they've also induced onto us an entirely new voice cast, and I'm like, yeah, this is rough.
Didn't even get Dante Bosco back.
Nope,
You know, there's...
they got Steven Yuan in there, but
Probably would be perfect. I think he would have been perfectly fine to just come back.
But apparently, we're basing this cast off of matching up to the character's ethnic backgrounds or whatever.
Which is stupid.
And in the
Thank
case
you,
of
Academy
the,
Son Wong Cho.
And yet people are like, oh, he never said that. And I'm like,
he good as damn did.
he might as well have said it.
Damn, I thought that was actually
And
my
with how
game
he
for a
phrased
moment.
that. And hell, too many people have been parroting in a similar argument. And then it's just like, thanks a lot, Prozzy D. You ruined a lot of entertainment for us. By
Okay.
Fuck you.
by giving us these diversity hires.
Alright, let's see if I actually got the levels to beat this camera again. Engage the
Well,
camera,
that's me dead.
motherfucker.
Good news is I've learned a valuable lesson.
In Kung
Yeah.
Fu.
What is with... I have a question. Why do all of the new Resident Evil games have chromatic aberration as a big aspect of the graphics?
No. Have you encountered any pixely shadows yet?
No. I have the shadows turned up fairly high on this in terms of detail.
Okay.
Which is something I can do, because I've got an RTX 5070.
Ooh.
Ooh, Shockwave.
There we go. Now we fucking up the cameras.
Oh, shock train, man.
Full heal.
Let's see here.
So I
Overlay
presume that Ace
projector.
Trainer is headstrong to take me on. Headstrong to take on anyone.
You know, I used to be a big Trapped fan once upon a time. I won't say
There we
like,
go.
enormous, but I listened to that album. They're the reason I bought a 7-string guitar, but I don't know. I've told this story far too often, but the lead singer of Trapped, Chris Taylor Brown, made it his mission in life to be the public enemy #1 to everybody on the internet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to surprise me though.
Imagine.
Ooh, John Williams.
Imagine the.
Williams grew to level 28.
Okay, you know what? Fuck this. I'm not dealing with another one of you. As I seem to recall this guy mutating in a previous run through here. Da-ba-da-da-da-da.
5 nights at fuck boys. And that's where you wanna be. I just don't get it. Do-do-do-do-do.
Restroom, simple lock,
Okay.
pantry door. Medication.
Keep in
room.
mind, the female ace trainer said she was training for her Veilstone gym. And you remember what Veilstone gym
Oh.
was, Damon?
I have enough that I can craft a couple of bullets for the Requiem.
Okay, since Damon hasn't responded, it's a fighting
No, I'm
type
here.
gym.
Ah, for fuck's sake. Grace! Grace!
No, I'm still here. Sorry about that.
Grace, why didn't you... No, whatever.
So yeah, we have a normal old type Pokemon on a team that's supposed to be geared towards battling a fighting type gym leader.
Mm-hmm.
There goes Gligar. And Licky Tongue. Jesse!
But where's
Oh,
James?
Jesse! Up there's Driftblim. Oh, now you have a Pokemon that could attempt to take on Maylene. Uh-oh.
Yes.
That's not good. And you're dead. Let's get out a potion. No, wait. I got a dozen of these. I'm using the friggin' milk. Oh, that's not good. Booyah! Finally got to level 30.
Okay, I'm gonna run around getting blood so that I can make more bullets for the Requiem, and then I'm gonna take out that Crimson Head.
Okay.
Oh, you couldn't have made my victory much easier, could you?
Yes!
Yes!
Alright, let's see if we can actually see what the alternate boss music for the cameras will be. Engage the other camera, motherfucker. Ooh.
Okay, there is blood in the parlor. Blood in the parlor floor.
Earn 6,000 Pokedollars.
Living it up while I'm bleeding now.
No, wait. With all the trainers taken care of, let's move on.
You know, maybe I'm only thinking about this because I'm straight, but like there's just something about the way in every fucking game, right?
Yeah.
The female characters, the noises that they make when they're injured sound so much like they're approaching orgasm, and the dudes always just sound like they're getting punched, you know?
Well, then you also have
I'm not
then you also have stuff
saying,
like
I'm not
you also
saying
have
that I
stuff
want the
like
dudes
Elden
to
Ring
sound like
or
they're...
Dark Souls, where it's like
Try to relax your anus.
where
Who
it's
did-
like whenever they die, they're like,
Who
oh,
magically appeared with that at soundbite?
That was sweet.
Oh, goody, Porygon.
there we go. Dining
Okay.
room, you were fucked up.
Okay, so Porygon.
Is an interesting Pokemon in
Yep.
that he's one of the.
All right, screw it. I'm putting on the old music.
Let's put you in the PC. Sayai Duck. Duck will be coming with me. Duck will be coming with me later when it comes time for her. All right, let's talk to you.
Inhale my dong enragement, child.
I hate how characters in video games are never as, like, readily ingenious as I am. Because I'm like, okay, I'm going to start breaking down this fucking pole here. That's going to be a weapon. And I could use use this bell as a noisemaker. Or I'll throw those fucking monitors at them. I don't give a shit. I'm bashing a fucker over the head with this thing. You know?
Well, not everyone can be MacGyver, though.
Yeah. Should have grown up watching Richard Dean Anderson shows.
Alex, sometimes I feel like... Sometimes I worry when it comes to writing stuff that
Oi!
maybe I've made...
Boom
my
shakalaka!
That maybe I made my characters a bit too, smart for a certain scenario.
Apparently, Super Mario Galaxy had this issue where the... Oh, it's that thing. Okay. Where the writers were like, you know, we want to have conflict between Mario and Luigi, but the two characters are just too, they're too well adjusted, and they know each other too well, so they're just gonna, rather than having an argument, they're just gonna sit down and it's like, alright, how do we fix this? And I find that hilarious. I love that.
I
I still have yet to see the Mario movie.
When
31.
characters... I'm hoping it's still in theaters on the 23rd, because I want to go see that. If not,
Considering
Michael...
it's quite successful.
Michael Jackson!
Considering it's quite successful, Alex, I think you'll get your chance.
I hope so, but Michael Jackson! Michael Jackson's coming out on that, on the, 23rd as well. I checked, they have preview screenings.
Jesse!
It looks so fucking good. And apparently, the usual suspects are bitching that they're not bringing up the fucking nonsense sexual assault allegations. It's like, it's covering from the beginning of his life to bad. Like, that shit happened during Invincible, and it was not true. Spoiler warning. Not to mention they already made a fucking movie about that shit. And guess what? It wasn't true.
Yeah, the allegations were all bullshit, though.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it was like, that's what I'm saying. And there was already a
Why
movie
are you
made
even here,
about the
Abra?
trial. And, you know, they had a... I think it was a white guy in whiteface playing Michael, but, you know, it was... Aside from the fact that it was... You know, kind of a goofy casting choice, it was fairly decent.
Why did I click that?
I've already seen the flips of the Billie Jean sequence. Oh my god, that movie looks great.
So yeah, the Mario Galaxy movie, it's like I kind of wish it had a bit of I kind of wish the story was a bit better or whatnot. Like, you could have at least somewhat evolved the story to some extent. But they didn't really do that.
Hey, it's Kadabra. Kadabra.
Speaking of evolving, and how do you all feel about a reboot that regresses?
You're gonna have to be more
reboot?
specific than that, because that's every fucking reboot from the last...
Well, look no further than the reboot for Malcolm in the Middle.
I heard that one was
It was actually alright.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Damon,
I wouldn't
giving-
say it was the worst, but it's definitely not what I'd call great.
Like, it was fine.
Now they did have the untrammeled tenacity to take the kid from the finale and, you know, non-binary, the shit out of him.
Yeah, I'm
because
aware.
of course they did.
Which
I'm
is,
aware.
you know,
Not a
just-
fan of it, but unlike Halo from Season 4 of Young Justice, fuck you, Mehcast! Kelly didn't bother.
Damon, it's okay. It's
I know.
okay. Relax.
I
Anyway,
my biggest issue... Okay, so... my biggest issue is that, like, you know, Malcolm in the Middle... Good show.
very mean-spirited in its tone, especially with the theme song, where it has "Life isn't fair,
Life is unfair.
Thank God.
You can now craft steroids!
The fuck?
But yeah,
Yeah,
What song
overall,
is this supposed to be?
I've seen a
Gotta
couple
do your
episodes of Malcolm in the
steroids.
Middle. It's all right, just not really my cup of tea personally.
I've seen the entire show. All 7 seasons.
Granted, Bryan Cranston actually did reprise his role as the dad in that one
Saturday
Family Guy
Night Live
sketch where
sketch.
uh,
Oh yeah, that one.
in
Yeah,
the
how?
in the Family Guy sketch where he just finally got fed up with the wife's bitching and just did something about it. And then he's like,
So,
"We're free." And I'm like, "Okay, that's funny." Granted, the kids are just as bad as the parents, but at the same time, the mom's toxicity is
Unnecessary, unwarranted.
yeah. It's like the kids are bad and like the parents, and it's a dysfunctional family altogether. But
Give you a
it
shame
is.
the
for
mom
shit.
is the literal worst character in the show.
speaking of reboots, by the way, did you guys ever watch the show The Middle?
I know about that show. I watched a bit of it when I was still in high school.
Okay, it was this show that was on ABC, right? And it always struck me as like Diet Malcolm in the Middle. And
that's the one with.
I mean, given that part of Malcolm in the Middle's title is in there,
yeah,
that should
I
have
think
been
it
a
was
dead giveaway.
Well, the thing about it was, it wasn't just that. It was like the characters all formed the same kind of archetypes too. So you had, and they cast actors who kind of looked like the people from Malcolm in the Middle, you know?
Yeah, you got Patricia Heaton, you got Neil Flynn.
I don't know. Like, that was during that show and a bunch of others premiered during what I like to call ABC's dark era. Because they put on a bunch of comedy shows around that time.
Boy, my speed tied with a Staravia with my friggin' Grottle.
I think the only
Riddle me that, game.
I liked at the time was a show called Suburgatory. And, you know, considering that had Bella Thorne in it, you can probably figure out why I like that show.
Because Bella Thorne was in it?
Oh my god, how did you guess?
Because you also have very, very, very rock bottom standards.
Listen.
No.
This was not a great year for television.
Alex, I've been through a lot of years of television, watching mostly cartoons that were actually good.
Okay, so I gotta go up through here and
so,
check out the cold storage.
So yeah, as we were discussing earlier, some people have got the Avatar movie ended up leaking, much like the Injustice film, and leaked.
Not only
and
did
it's
the
like,
Injustice film leak, let's talk about how the fucking Paramount has more leaks than Sony does these days, because Paramount had a couple of things leak out that were aside from this. Like, they had the Plankton movie leak, or was that... No, that was the Sandy movie. The Sandy movie leaked out.
That was the Sandy Cheeks movie. Sandy Cheeks, Sandy Cheeks, Sandy Cheeks.
And Sandy had fewer cheeks in that than she did in the previous film, much to the chagrin of the furry fandom.
Not that really matters.
Listen, the only furry cheeks I want to clap are Sally Acorns.
I have several questions.
There are no answers that will get you any further than that statement.
Excuse me.
Now, so in the midst of so two clips that were put out on social media had the gang meeting an airbender who apparently was frozen longer than Aang, somehow.
Hey, Kevin.
Aang,
how do you feel about horrible retcons?
You should know by now how I feel about that. Alex, how many Digimon stuff have we gone through with retcon that ends up in Retcon City?
So many that I feel like we ought to get ourselves a map that'll keep us from going there.
So much so that I can't bother to adapt any of this shit in my stories.
The question I always have is, one, why did they think that this was a good idea? And two, who exactly was this for?
And keep in mind,
people are fucking kitchen chef.
And keep in mind, people also
I only have one Requiem left.
People are also ragging heavily on Last Evolution Kizuna, as though it committed the same level of sins that Digimon Tri did.
Well, as Jesus once said, none of you are without sin in that famous Jack Chick comic.
And keep in mind, Last Evolution Kizuna stakes may end up getting diminished by the next movie that we'll be seeing, but in a good way. In a way that actually lines up with the epilogue.
Oh, he's going right where I need to be!
But the thing is that, at the very least, Last Evolution Kizuna actually told a story that ended up with consequences at the end.
I pulled the trigger and Grace just died.
And what consequences did Digimon Tri have? Nothing. Oh wait, there were none. Literally none. We watched all 6 of those fucking movies. And where did they go? Nowhere. or what? Why were they made? Because apparently Toei had to remind us of an anniversary with the adventure series, but they ended up just being a gigantic middle finger to both Adventure 1 and
It's
Adventure 2
basically their
fans.
equivalent to Mega Man X3, where nothing
Yeah, it's
happens.
literally nothing happens. You can skip this. The only reason why we suffered through that is literally just because Mako does appear in Last Evolution Kizuna, and Alex would have been like, "Who the fuck is that?"
Yes.
Now, Alex, do you feel that Menoa was at least a better written character than Saki?
Um,
Menoa Bellucci is the one who basically ripped off the plot of Sonic and the Black Knight.
yes.
I kind of like the concept. People would be like, oh, Toei, did. Like, people kind of ignore the fact that the reason why what happened to Ty and Matt happened was because they chose to grow up. They thought that they were done.
Just when you thought you was out, they pulled you back in.
Now, I will say the whole thing about losing your Digimon when you get older and grow up, that's just bullshit.
It is kind of bullshit, but at the same time, it's like, I get why that was a thing.
I understand it more. I don't like it, but I do understand it.
Exactly.
Like, the concept...
It's one of the...
The concept is functional. If
yes.
Undesirable.
Yes. Unlike, say... again, in the entire existence of Tri, which served no function other than nostalgia bait.
I remember I was so stoked when I found those films at the dollar store. Now I know why they were at the dollar store.
Why you were actually stoked about those?
Well, I didn't know anything about them. I didn't you didn't usually find Blu-rays at the dollar store.
And you saw one look at Ty and Matt with Omegamon going up against Alphamon. You were like, yes. I don't know what this is, but yes.
Yeah. I mean, I thought
See?
it was neat.
See? Exactly.
Oh my god!
How did I predict your reaction?
Just gonna need it.
I've never met at 2010 NCU prior to 2019, but and somehow I was able to figure that out. In a bit more positive news, no wait, I gotta go back. But anyway, getting back to the Avatar stuff. So the first clip has our group looking over the unfrozen airbender that they found, and Toph is consistently asking, "Is he attractive?" And people were apparently shocked that a canonically straight character is straight.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, people forgot that Toph has kids.
Yeah.
People
with two separate dads.
Yeah. I remember, see, I can understand wanting to forget that her kids have two different dads. I'd like to forget that they have two different dads. I'd like to think that they had, one.
And that dad be you.
And already Torterra has given me the best move it could ever have. Earthquake.
Listen, I'm fine. I'd be fine with that, but no, I was thinking more like somebody in the setting.
So, I'm going to lower the volume on... on this so that way I can talk to you guys, because spoiler alert, people, we're not going to be making a whole lot of progress because we're going to be grinding in quite a bit before we get to Mehtly. So apologies to the audience who want to hear the music. Do you really want to hear this for hours on end? I could fast forward this, but...
Only downside is almost no one really watches these streams except a few people.
Hey, look at it this way. We're doing this for fun. We're not doing this for engagement.
Exactly.
The only time we do...
At least we do it for passion.
The only things that get engagement are whatever bullshit Ben ends up suggesting, or sometimes the occasional new premiere of an abridgment, and that Alex and I happen to have watched, and all our Sonic stuff. And hell, one of our highest viewed stuff outside of the Death Battle reactions, in which our current highest viewed video on our channel is Eggman versus Bowser.
Well, okay, guys, the game chugs to such a significant extent that it stops me streaming whenever I pick up an item.
That's stupid.
I would just like to mention that. You know what else I'd like to mention?
What?
Well...
So some people all kind of also say that Torterra wasn't really all that viable until Shell Smash, which happened in Gen 5, and it can learn that. In case anybody's wondering, what does Shell Smash do? Reduces your defense and special defense by, I believe, 2 stages, if I'm recalling this correctly, and increases your attack and special attack and speed.
I got the pantry key. I wasted my Requiem ammo, which means I can't take out the Crimson Heads,
Which, in all honesty,
the pantry key.
Which, in all honesty, kind of seems a bit of a waste, since, you know, you're just sacrificing a turn to kind of make Torterra a bit more fragile, and praying to whatever god you pray to, so that the enemy doesn't one-shot you. Because Shell Smash seems like a very risky gamble. I mean, I get the competitive scene loves doing that, and sometimes gets insanely lucky with some of those. Like, seriously, how?
I got the takeout charm.
Like, I get the whole thing with stat distribution, IVs and EVs and all that jazz, but just...
I got a Requiem bullet.
Why are they
keeping bullets for a gun that Leon made in this fucking place? Because this gun doesn't exist in real life. Spoilers, it's a modified version of an actual firearm. And based on Leon's history, I'm assuming that he has to have been the one to have made it.
Yes, it's called the wrist snapper.
Did you know that on certain OLED displays, the flash from the Requiem turns the fucking TV off?
I think it's something having to do with the flash reset on them.
It's the burn-in reduction.
Well, anyway, getting back to the whole Avatar thing. So Zuko ends up. So Toph keeps asking if the guy is attractive, and Sokka keeps saying, "What does that even matter?" Or to which then Zuko's just like, "He's attractive." What, you were asking? And I'm like,
and then a bunch of people were immediately jumping in as like, "Oh my God, Sokka might be gay," and
no, he's not gay.
No.
Last I checked, we have proof that he canonically had sex through him and Suki.
Yeah, I was gonna say, by the way, hey, fucking kudos, dude.
Sokka got it on with the first girl that he fell in love with. And
technically the second, but you know.
Actually, it was the first girl because Sokka didn't really. His Suki was the first one that Sokka displayed any semblance of attraction towards, and then it was Yue.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good for him.
And meanwhile, Aang has a bit of a single target sexuality in the form of Katara.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going back and I'm killing that fucking
So
bitch.
yeah, and the second clip, and then the Airbender kind of woke up, and it turns out he knew of a previous Avatar, from way back when.
Oh my god!
Then we get the next clip where, that guy turned out to have been a bad guy.
Oh my
spoiling that.
god!
And he's mucking about with the spirit world.
Fucking about.
Which then ends up causing a couple of the characters to de-age and a couple of the characters to age up.
Oh my god!
Sokka and Aang go back to their season one appearances, while Toph's apparently turned
Because nostalgia, babe.
And meanwhile, Katara and Zuko turn old.
Oh my god! This isn't the lamest fucking premise in the world.
Oh, and then Taika Waititi shows up, and I hate him already.
Well, who doesn't hate him?
Apparently, people who think Thor Ragnarok's a good movie. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Okay. Yeah, this is just music straight out of Judgment.
Anyway. Thank you, random member of Sea Cucumber Kevin's fan club. Anyway. So yeah, this...
Discarded items
also
cannot be recovered. Fuck you.
Oh, and the way it's animated kind of makes me think of the Netflix Vania stuff, but not in the best ways. Because I'm like, I get the very distinct impression we're going to be missing a couple of storyboards here and there. Because this was something that we critiqued with the Castlevania, with the Castlevania Nocturne animated series, which came out after the first 4 seasons of Netflixvania. And though seasons 3 and 4 of Netflixvania were really rough, they still had quite a few positive qualities. But
yeah, no, I'd still go back and watch all 4 of those. And even like the weird shit they did with Alucard with the fucking twins, But like that,
yeah.
You can find a decent idea in that.
Yeah.
There's a concept there that's worthwhile.
I do not know why they bothered giving Torterra Leech Seed when you can't really reap any benefits from it in current generations. Because Gen 1, there used to be like a cheese strat with Leech Seed, but at this point it's like, why do you still exist? Like, granted, I get for competitive scenes, but that's about it.
Okay, game has disconnected.
Anyway, so since my Grottle evolved, let's discuss Torterra. I consider Torterra to be the best grass starter in all of Pokemon. He is a grass ground type, a very physical grass ground type, with a very pleasing aesthetic in the form of being a gigantic ass turtle with a huge tree on its back, on its shell. And upon evolving, it learns Earthquake, already giving it one of the best moves in the game. It's also a really good user of Wood Hammer, which is a really good physical grass type move. Though it kind of falls short, or in special defense and special attack, you are not using this thing to launch a solar beam or in some cases Leaf Storm. You are using this thing for raw physical power. Granted, I did delete Curse to learn Earthquake, but at the same time, Curse is also beneficial for the fact that you could reduce your already slow enough speed. You need to give yourself a buff in physical attack and defense. So yeah, in a nutshell, Torterra is a beast. And since he has Earthquake, that makes it viable enough to challenge Infernape, as so long as he doesn't get one shot. Now, any questions?
Not much.
I got a question.
On it? Is it about what I
you
just discussed?
You know what? Just kill me. Kill me. Kill me. Kill me. Kill me.
I see
Kill
that's not
my
the case.
question. My question was gonna be, do you feel lucky, punk? But I guess he did. Cause I missed. Hey, anybody here remember when Crimson Heads used to be a one-hit kill even at full health?
Yeah. They were annoying as fuck. And the only way to really deal with them is to blow their heads off and burn the body.
Yeah.
Or hell, just burn the body before.
So I'm over here actively not defending myself, and it's taken 4 hits, I think. 4 hits here for this thing to kill me.
Wow. I guess Leon's that much of a Giga Chad.
Oh no! It's not Leon. This is Grace.
Of
Leon, I
course.
can only assume would have taken in about 10 or 12 hits before even thinking about having a problem.
Now, one thing I kind of imagine for like a character arc for like a Turtwig is that first Turtwig seems kind of nervous, but is, willing to go into battle. Then as Grottle, its confidence starts to build up more and more. But then as a Torterra, it ends
Hold
up
your fire till you see the lights there. Oh,
it ends up being fully confident in its ability, is to the point where unless it's absolutely needed for battle, it just mostly rests.
Oh, huh. Okay, well, hemolytic injectors work tit.
Now,
Encoding overload. The game's been working fine, and now we've dropped to 39 FPS. Okay, well, I guess I'm turning the frame limiter back on.
Now, one con about Torterra is that it has a 4 times weakness to ice.
Mm-hmm.
So, before you even try to think about if you're doing a Nuzlocke run and you're thinking about potentially fighting Candace with this thing, don't. Just don't. If you value the life of your giant and walking forest turtle, do not send it against Candace. Or Drapion, for that matter. Send something faster against it. And hell, with, although the thing about Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, even though it adds fairy types, fairies still can't kill it. Why? Because of that pesky poison type that it has. So, Alex.
Uh-huh.
As it turns out, you can catch you can catch all 3 Sinnoh starters in Pokemon Legends Arceus. And yet, and yes, they also all have like alpha versions of themselves, so they just appear as gigantic.
Gonna have to upgrade my blood capacity, I see.
So, Alex, what are your thoughts on Torterra?
Well, I like Torterra in the Pokemon trading card game.
In the Pokemon anime, Torterra, both Ash and Paul had Torterras.
Yep.
Paul's Torterra mostly had an advantage with Stone Edge and whatnot.
Okay. Well, I've switched over to CPU encoding, which should be faster, but you know, let's see.
And I hate that fucker owns my favorite grass type starter. And meanwhile, Ash's Turtwig ended up evolving to Torterra while stopping Team Rocket from sabotaging Sunny Shore City. And unfortunately, ever since Turtwig evolved into a Grottle, it's become known as the L-Taker of Ash's team, which is pitiful. I'm like, Ash, what the fuck are you doing?
So, fun fact, de novo DRM causes this game to have less performance than it should. I presume that performance hit is also going over to OBS. So even though I have 64 gigs of RAM, 12 gigs of VRAM, and a DDR, and a 5070, and a 8-core CPU, and just a damn good computer in general, doesn't seem to want to work that well. And there's a massive performance gain from playing the cracked version. Fuck me for paying for it. Well, I paid for the monitor that I'm using this on. But I did buy this game legally, technically.
So, you know, the sad thing is, Alex, the L-Taker has also been a meme in the Star Wars fandom with General Grievous. Ah, the L-Taker. You know, as opposed to the Negotiator. So in more positive news, Viz ended up announcing that the first 3 episodes of the 4th core of Bleach the 1,000-Year Blood War is coming to theaters.
Yes, I did see that.
To which I'm like, when are those tickets going on sale? I want to see this.
Here.
Believe me. It's like, that's gonna be amazing.
I think the first episode that we're going to be getting is the stuff involving Yoruichi and the other guy's Bankai.
Kisuke?
Yeah.
I'm guessing due to the fact that that happens next in the manga. So it's basically, so you're assuming that the first episode is going to be Kisuke and Yoruichi versus Naklavar.
Yeah, I believe that's what's supposed to be coming up next. From what people have been saying.
You remember what the last time we had an anime series? Ace have its first few episodes premiere in theaters.
Dan to Dan, Demon Slayer, and a couple others as well.
Dragon Ball Daima.
Which, by the way, you can't buy on Blu-ray anymore.
The fuck do you mean you can't buy that on Blu-ray anymore?
I mean that... So, I got my copy. Apparently some fucker on eBay who's selling it for like 12 grand got his copy. And hardly anybody else actually got theirs.
Well, I mean, In a Complete Season is on Blu-ray.
Yes, but you can't buy it from Amazon or the Crunchyroll store.
It's pre-ordered.
The pre-orders have been delayed.
Of course they have been. Why the fuck am I not surprised?
Mine wasn't. I got mine. It's sitting on the shelf behind me.
Lucky you. But yeah, seriously, it's like Bleach has now gotten enough recognition to have a couple of its episodes of its final arc premiere in a movie theater.
Well, to be fair, though, it's Bleach, though.
Yeah, but
It's
here's
like-
the thing. None of the big three have ever had that distinction. One Piece has had movies premiere in theaters. Naruto has had movies premiere in theaters. Or hell, we got Hellverse in a theater, or along with the filler episode that ties directly into it. But they never had any episodes air in a movie theater before.
Probably should also be saying something about the quality of the newer anime, too.
Dandadan, I feel like might have been like promoted it really well, and it also helps that the animation studio behind that series did the Scott Pilgrim Netflix show.
You know, really good-looking show. Shame about that plot.
Yep. It really is a damn shame. And they got pretty much the entire cast from the movie back.
Massive waste of time.
I know! That's
And a
what's
giant waste of
disappointing
an
about it.
opportunity. Like, it was like, oh, you can go read the comics, you can go watch the movie. I would have liked to have watched the fucking show, dickweed.
Literally.
Instead,
could've
you know what I'm not doing? I'm not watching the fucking show, because the show is bad.
Yeah. And
The show makes
and
you
you wonder
unreasonable
why
and-
people don't watch the show. You're part of the problem. You people who tell us like don't like it, don't watch it. I'm like, okay then. And then
Yeah, I
you're
was
wondering
gonna say,
why are
yeah.
you watching it? You really think that at like Mahler and his posse, that we're just gonna hate watch everything? Fuck
Well,
no.
Like,
Nah, if I don't like
review
it, I don't
things,
like
we
it.
talk about stuff on this show, you know. Oh, I love doing stuff like that, but there's a goddamn limit.
I've reached my limit a while ago on that
And-
nonsense.
And you know, I use the brown M&Ms metaphor for a reason.
Yes, which is to
Eventually-
illustrate.
Eventually,
Hey,
my
you asked
patience
for-
runs out.
You asked for none, but they fill the bowl with not only brown M&Ms but burnt Skittles.
Yeah. Like, I've got...
And I guarantee you, there's going to be even more burnt Skittles in that jar, or in that bowl. When and if you get to watching Devil May Cry, Season 2.
You know what
Oh,
I can't...
God.
You know what I can't wait for? I can't wait for
What?
Adi Shankar to add his name to the list of people who have ruined Resident Evil.
Because of course he would.
Because he's foreshadowing that like shit. Like, not Bill Clinton was talking about how, I was like, oh, you already got to deal with bioorganic weapons, and Dante was talking about the fucking Raccoon City job. And one of these days, I'm going to go back to The Last of Us Operation Raccoon City and save that concept. But, you know, spoiler warning, you kind of already know what one of the results of that is.
I wonder if that
Same
new
day.
Resident Evil movie is going to be any decent, though.
It's not.
I've got my fingers crossed because Zach Kreger's a good director, but the thing is, like, it's Resident Evil is Resident Evil because of the wacky characters, the insane experiments and shit like that.
It's like a B movie. It's the B movie plots and
Right.
everything.
It's like how you take any... For instance, if you take the Evil Dead and you replace Ash Williams with just a random guy, it's not the Evil Dead anymore. You take Resident Evil and...
You replace Chris and Jill.
You replace Chris, Jill, Barry,
Rebecca
and Wesker, Leon, Claire, etc. with just random people. Okay, you can do that. It was called Resident Evil Outbreak, but Resident Evil Outbreak is not as nearly as highly regarded as the other Resident Evil games for a reason. Like, people latched onto the personalities. People love how Leon is constantly just throwing hands and bad jokes at his enemies. People love how Chris, when he's backed into a corner, just starts punching the nearest boulder and shit like that. People like Barry's dad jokes. People like
you were almost Claire's, a Jill sandwich.
Yeah, people like Claire's,
you're right.
Like, feisty, fiery personality. Hey, they like Jill for not taking any bullshit, which got taken in the exact wrong direction in the Resident Evil 3 remake. But, we'll just pretend that game doesn't exist.
Alex, sooner or later, one of us is going to end up playing it, so we can.
Oh, I'm going to be playing it. After I get done with this, I'm going to go back and I'm going to play the original Resident Evil again, and then I'm going to play through 2, and then I'm going to play the 2 remake, and then I'm going to play 3, and then I'm going to play the 3 remake.
Look at it this way, the remake stopped being good with 2.
Then I'm going to play 4 again for like the 50th fucking time. And then I'm going to play the 4 remake.
You're going to stream.
And then
Alex, keep in mind you're going to have to find a way to beat my... You might have to try one up me doing a professional mode run.
Hey, I'm down with doing professional mode. I had a great time playing professional mode on the Wii.
I challenge you to do that then. And you can't use a new game plus save file, you have to do it fresh.
Oh, that was what I did. Like when I did that on the Wii, I did it with no upgrades. I sold off all of the additional gear and stuff because I had to download a file off of the internet because I'd beaten the game on GameCube and PS2.
If you get Resident Evil 4 on PC, make sure you download the HD texture pack mod.
Yeah, that was what I was gonna do. Because while I like the way it looks on the PC version, it's still based on the PS2 version and
well, here's the thing: the
Xbox
PC version
port of the PS2 version. So,
yeah.
By the way, the PS4 version is also based on that fucking port, and they switched the attack and action buttons. That's why I haven't played through that version of the game.
I did.
I'm so sorry.
Alex, you were there.
I know. Then after that, after I get done with the Resident Evil 4 remake, I'm going to be going back to Resident Evil 5.
What, are you going to try to... Are you going to have me tag along for that one?
You can tag along for that if you want. If you don't want to replay it, I can always get Ben to do it, because Ben was saying that we should do it too, so...
Well, if Ben's doing it, then count me out of that.
Well, I wasn't expecting you to, like, replay it if you're...
I would love to replay a 5 again.
Well, I'm sure we can figure out a way for me to wire up 2 versions of the game to the same controller.
Alex, I have the PlayStation 4 version.
Yes, and you have the PC version as well.
I'm playing it off the version that I got first.
Kevin.
Because it has all my stuff on it.
Oh. Okay.
And keep in mind, Alex, you were gushing about the Mansion DLC.
I know.
Go, 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 go.
I remember somebody was... Okay, so the Resident Evil shipping discourse has gotten even weirder than it was previously. Because...
Was it ever normal?
No, it was never normal in the first place, but it's gotten even weirder. So, somebody who was really seriously trying to push, of all people, Leon and Jill, was saying,
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah, no, Leon and Jill.
It doesn't seem that bad.
Leon and Jill have shared the screen once together.
And that was in the fourth CGI movie.
Uh-huh.
Keep that in mind. Leon has shared more screen time with Barry goddamn Burton than he did with Jill. And that was in in a Game Boy game.
Which isn't canon anymore, but, you know. Oh, God damn it.
So, what I'm kind of doing is trying to get my main party members up to level 34 to line up with my Staravia, because at level 34 is when it turns into Star Raptor.
What? Excuse me.
Excuse me, or the game?
Me.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure, because... Well, anyway.
Okay, sweet.
So, Pokemon has had at least 6 death battles.
Oh, God. Sherry Birkin had more sense of self-preservation than you did when she was 12.
Yeah, both the original and in the remake. Hell, I think Ashley from Resident Evil 4 had more of a sense of self-preservation. And, you know, she was, Leon! And Miss dies instantly to a knife swing. Because, heaven forbid, you have her around when you're trying to swing your knife at boxes and whatnot for goodies.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Subject, Eileen Zimmerson. Symptoms, persistent vocalization and wandering. The surgical removal of some cranial nerves resulted in a type of histrionic personality disorder that can only be described as main character syndrome. The patient continues to wander around the care center singing.
Oh, that lady.
Yeah.
You think if you took away her teeth,
bunch of singing
teeth,
fucking
you'd get
zombies.
a good head off her?
So, okay, so the internet has already answered that, and as long as you give her a nice solid porkin downstairs, she'll apparently do whatever you want.
Did you find a hospital guy that's wandering around there that can one-shot anything?
Are you talking about the fucking the guy with the knife or the big fucker?
There's the guy who's got like the little hospital thing that's wandering around.
Because there's a guy with a big saw. He can't one-shot stuff, but he can come close. Okay, 30, 10, 50.
I'm gonna go ahead and dip out for the night, y'all.
All right,
See
take
you later,
care.
Tony.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my God, it's Gideon. But yeah, somebody was saying it's like, oh, in the in like the expanded material for Resident Evil 5, like the web shit, Chris has a girlfriend, and it's like that means that we can ship Jill with Leon now. And I was like, okay. I mean, if you've forgotten about the entire point of Resident Evil 5, you can make that argument, but, you know.
Yeah, seriously. Like, the whole point of Resident Evil 5 is Chris is learning to actually entrust himself with a partner again.
Right, yeah.
Because that was the whole point of his character arc in that game, and...
I'm not a big fan, I have to say, of what they keep doing to the characters, where they keep, like, repeating arcs and having other people take on other people's traits and stuff like that, but...
yeah, don't remind me. And the thing is that... I still vividly recall quite a bit of our playthrough, Alex.
Yeah. I need more Decker.
Could you at least remember that you only have room for 9 or for 10 things in your equipment slot, and you don't need to fill them with machine guns? Because I've got all the ammo that both of us need. Which, by the way, you can get the infinite ammo by buying it in the...
Yeah, you can get infinite ammo in this game, too.
Of course you can. One of the most unique things that the RE2 remake ended up introducing were those like plant-covered zombies that sounded straight out of The Grudge.
Yeah, those are neat little things.
They were like, ugh. And of course, they actually made Mr. X's music quite unnerving in the remake. Like, it sends a bit of anxiety down your spine. You're like, oh no, this guy's coming to get me, and I can't kill him. Although that's what the mod for X Gon Give It To Ya is for.
Star, sun, moon, sun. Hey, I'm a smart boy.
So,
I got sun quartz. I got a notebook. Oh my god, I have the keys. Yay.
Keys!
Now, speaking of shipping discourse, though, by the way, I saw somebody legitimately try and make the argument that a Leon-Ashley relationship would be problematic because of a quote-unquote power imbalance. Now, I'm going to make you guess for a second where they think the power imbalance lies.
I think it's in Leon's massive biceps.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay.
But, seriously. Like, where do you think this person said that the power imbalance lies in that relationship, potentially?
And the fact that Leon has a penis and she has a vagina?
Close. It was in the fact that Leon is, in a position of saving her, and like, if she turned him down, he could just not save her. This was a really retarded piece of argumentation that I saw, and, I had no idea what to say, because it was like, it seems to me kind of obvious that of the two, Ashley, being the president's daughter, has more power. Especially considering that it's like it would have been wildly out of character for Leon to have done that. Like, Leon turned her down at the end of the game. I will remind you.
Like, Ashley wanted to have some downtime between them, but then Leon's like, look, first we gotta get you home.
Or as that one comic put it.
It's like Leon and Ashley's relationship is strictly professional to him.
Yeah. So it just kind of baffles me that anybody could look at that and say it's like, oh, this is a potentially problematic relationship. because, like, if Ashley turned Leon down, it was like, Leon turned Ashley down, like, if she wanted to, she could, I don't know, like, she could have him fucking fired. She's the president's daughter, or, like...
At the time of that game, yes.
Oh yeah, at the time of the game, well, that's the whole point, like,
Mm-hmm.
one word to President Graham, and he's not with...
He's not with...
Was it the DSO? Was it... What organization was he with? Because apparently it wasn't the Secret Service.
Which is stupid.
Even though you'd think that it would be the job of the Secret Service to rescue the president's daughter in a situation like that.
I mean, hell, she was kidnapped by the Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah.
And nobody expects them. Damn it. Sorry, I was looking at each potential entryway they could come in, but they did not appear. And yes, that is a Monty Python reference for those who don't know. Or who are uncultured.
This is a Monty Python reference. This is a Monty Python reference.
So...
There we go.
Although I find it funny how...
You better not come back to life. I shot you with my Requiem.
Alex, never forget that in the midst of all this shipping discourse and whatnot on social media, hardly anybody has questioned me pairing Tara up with Damien.
No, yeah. I've gotten... I mentioned, if you already know that, success happens in The Last of Us Operation Raccoon City, but at the same time, I mean, it was like there's also a different outcome that everybody knows about now if you've read Till and Death Do We Part.
Yep.
Like, guess who Claire got together with? Hint, it's not Leon. It's
a guy she has canonically gone out with in Capcom lore.
The only person who's commented on that was Ben.
Why am I not surprised?
Why? It's just Ben. Ben is the only one who brought that up. I was expecting more people. Oh, because it's a fucking prominent scene in the third chapter,
Yeah.
With the amount of hits that story's gotten, I was expecting more people. Hold up,
shipping discourse is the reason why your story got so popular.
I know.
And I'm surprised that I'm also surprised that a number of people. I'm also surprised that a number of people, in regards to my Digimon fic, have not questioned me pairing Davis up with Kari.
Yeah.
Because
it took.
Granted,
like
I use
years.
Granted, I base is quite a bit of the characterization of everybody off of their Japanese counterparts as opposed to the dub. But it's just like
I need to upgrade my blood collector.
But also,
I've managed to attract more fans of Davis than I have with just about anybody else with this.
With very surprising results. Dare I say.
Like, why do you people like the... Like, I've seen that people... Someone did explain why they liked the way I wrote Davis, but that was mostly due to the fact that they felt that I was doing him right as opposed to the English dub of the anime.
Yeah.
But I felt like the dub was getting him a bit better by Last Evolution. By not Last Evolution, but also Zero to the Beginning and the redub of Hurricane Touchdown.
Oh yeah. I got back to regarding Torterra, but I don't really put this in the broadcast chat, but yeah, like Torterra's ability Shell Smash just feels like a double-edged sword.
Yeah, Shell Smash is a move that most people would know for Crustle, who is the evolved form of that one hermit crab.
I got the lungs.
Ah, yeah. Hell. But if I were to do a Nuzlocke for Platinum, I'm probably going to stick to either maybe Chimchar or just probably Piplup, most likely.
Yeah,
theoretically.
That would probably be your best bet for a Platinum Nuzlocke. Because the monkey is, without debate,
ID level 2. Which means now
in terms of competitive-wise, the best as fire starter out there.
Oh, isn't he a bit faster than Blaziken? Infernape, I mean.
Literally. Blaziken's
more...
Because keep in mind, the fastest starter in Gen 3 was Sceptile.
Yeah. That is true.
Blaziken is only slightly faster than Swampert.
Yeah.
I'm going back.
But I feel like
to the save point.
Swampert is more tanky, as both water types are.
Yeah.
Like in terms of the starters, but I digress.
And of course, because it, and of course, because of it, even though it's about it as physical oriented as Ralligator.
Yeah, because I feel like in some of the Pokemon Emerald speedruns I've seen, most speedrunners tend to go for a mud Swampert with a adamant or brave nature. Or, well, naughty nature. We want to emphasize physical attack.
Not even
That's what I am doing in my Pokemon Fire Red Reignited playthrough on my 3DS as we speak. So I'm like very picky with the natures I go for.
Central Hall.
Yeah.
Now, and I know that a number of people, all that I've asked about my story, have liked the way I write Impmon. I base quite a bit of his characterization off of the dub, since the dub seems to have given him a lot more personality than the Japanese version.
Yeah. I'm sure, Hiroki
Oh,
Takahashi
exam room save
did the best he could.
He did!
Yeah.
He did. It's just like he sounds more generic bad guy.
Yeah, after hearing him in roles like him as Japan and Natalia and Ryu in Street Fighter, like and Kenji Hara in School Rumble, it's like, yeah, still a good role, all things considered.
Meanwhile, how Derek Stephen Prince spices it up by making him sound like Joe Pesci. I like the idea and the execution behind it. And one thing that I felt all adds to part of his sadistic personality when he turns into Beelzemon was like unlike in the Japanese version where he kind of just was, set as that he's feeling great and strong and all that jazz. In the dub, he says to the Chrysalimon, "I'm gonna enjoy hearing you scream."
Yeah, I'm good. Hope you enjoy getting your ass whooped.
Like that sounds like the type of character who would revel in one's suffering.
Yeah.
Now I go back.
I kind of wish that we got I kind of wish that we'd have the dub with the Japanese audio, so that way we could hear Black Intruder with the dub.
Yeah.
I wish you'd stop running your flashlight off.
Remind me, when I was just looking through archive.org, like somebody managed to splice the English dub audio for Pokemon Journeys with the Japanese music, and
Really?
it works. Yeah, it works. One of the episodes in question I was watching, involved Chloe or Koharu, Jeremy Lee's character, how her and Yamper got along. Like they actually didn't get along well. So one episode where like Chloe was taking a priority in making sure P-Dove was taken care of, and this gets Yamper pretty jealous.
There was also a scene even that someone posted of a dub versus sub thing with Impmon and Renamon early on in Tamers when they first meet. And Impmon in the dub comes off way more confident than in the Japanese version, where at some point he just seems very uncertain.
Yeah, like he's kind of like doubting, very doubtful.
To which I'm like, Like I get that might have been the intention, but I feel like we should have saved that doubt out within him for later on in the story.
Yeah.
Because narrative-wise, that just sounds like you're giving away too much too early.
Yeah, it almost feels like he's... Yeah.
Which is odd given the fact that you would think the original version would be a bit more subtle.
Yeah.
Especially given and the tendency that sometimes a lot of the time the dub would be the one at fault for removing the subtlety.
Mhm.
I have to keep reminding people that the so-called profound quote from Mewtwo at the end of the first Pokemon movie wasn't even in the original Japanese version. They're quoting the dub.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, why would Mewtwo make the decision? If Mewtwo has gone through this development of sorts, why would he make the elective decision to vacate the premises while erasing everybody's memories of these events?
I must go now. My planet needs me.
Mewtwo died on the way to his home planet.
But this is his
And to people who ask me which version of Mewtwo Strikes Back I would prefer, watch it in Japanese. You're gonna have a much better experience.
Keep in mind, Doug Walker, who originally gave that film lots and lots of shit in his OG review of it.
Oh yeah.
He actually gave the Japanese version more than a fair shake.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, they're called blister heads, not crimson heads.
I have to say that the fact that Doug was willing to go back, redo a movie he reviewed
must be completely destroyed.
a year early on in his career, and then actually bothered to look into more of the film in general, just tells you that he was more than willing to, oh, hold on.
Fair and honest, but yeah, grew a pair, as one says.
Yeah, Sonic says until the fire chicken got a speed boost. Of course. Because remember, in Gen 6, Gen 6, Torchic's hidden ability went from Blaze to speed boost.
Oh, especially, during the early release of Pokemon X and Y, if you have Mystery Gift, you get a free Blaziken with speed boost.
Well, Torchic.
Yeah, as a Torchic, of course.
And it's like, you really want me to sweep through this whole game without any semblance of difficulty, dude, don't you?
At that point, you just made your Torchic a legitimate threat.
Yeah, you've pretty much given me the I win button.
Just make sure, if you give it double team, it become untouchable. You can't touch me, motherfucker!
You know what you could do, Grace?
And Alex, since
trial and error.
I did mention that
learn how to read Braille.
I did mention that one of the voice actresses from Batman the Animated Series was in Digimon, right?
Yes.
Mari Devon, who... Hold
on. Yeah, it's a shame she wasn't able to come back to do her character in the Gurren Lagann movie since she had retired during the midst of COVID. Sadly.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it really is.
She voiced Summer Gleason in Batman the Animated Series, so she was a reporter.
Oof. Look at you.
I'm sure she could. I'm sure if asked, she would probably come back. I mean, they were able to drag Mark Drayson out of retirement for Berserk.
I mean, heck, even Aitenchi Muyo, they were able to get Patria Burchard and Matt K. Miller to come back for that, since those were the only two VAs, as far as I know, who... Well, and Sherry Lynn as well. Sherry Lynn and Rebecca Portman.
It's not like you can't... It's not like... Retirement, for some people, is a choice.
Yeah. And to be honest, when I saw that, with the Aitenchi Muyo stuff, I was happy with Matt K. Miller and Patria Burchard coming back, because they sound just as good as ever and not missing a single beat at all. Because the only two that were replaced were Jennifer Darling and Katie Vogue as Ayika and Washu. So, in turn, we got Shermy Lee and Karen Strassman taking over those two roles, respectively.
Right.
Yep. And honestly, if there were going to be more Tenchi Muyo stuff they were going to dub, I would not mind seeing more of Jeremy Lee as Aika. But, like, I still hold a special place for Jennifer Darling as Aika. After hearing.
Superior. And
Yeah. Nowhere near as good.
from Gen 2.
Mhm.
Is through repeated humblings, Silver started to actually change his ways, to the point of his Golbat turning into a Crobat, which shows some good
Jeez.
gameplay story integration. Or rematch. That's not a word, I don't care. And just, repeatedly battle them until
For fuck's sake. Oh, look at that, it's Seth Rogen.
until I eventually get what I need, to which I respond with, no.
Okay,
I'm
well,
not doing
I guess
that.
I don't have any choice. I'm going down through the hole. I was gonna go back and resupply, but it's whole time. Not really, you had no way of predicting that would ever happen.
Oh, and also, Zero, latest chapter in my story with, where our heroes end up confronting Puppetmon.
Master.
Master. He tried to force TKA to go Uzi time. Uzi time, baby. I'm sorry, I had to quote that bit from Deadpool. Wait, why are we stopping? Hey, I'm just to catch my breath. Ah, you're dead weight.
Leon has now once again been stripped of his magnificent jacket and been left in nothing but a navy blue dry fit and a tactical vest. You'd think they would have taken the tactical vest away from him.
But no. At any rate, one more evolution to discuss. Luxray! He's also a usual suspect for, you know, playthroughs of Gen 4. Like, I'm serious. Try to find a Gen 4... Try to find any Gen 4 playthrough that doesn't use Luxray, because Luxray is a must-have on your team. It's a decent mixed attacker, leaning more physically than special. Well, and it can learn all sorts of special attacks and special and physical attacks and whatnot, but it specializes primarily in Spark, Thunderfang, and eventually Crunch.
God damn it.
Weirdly enough, the last move that it learns...
I don't need this homoerotic bullshit in my life, is what's going through Leon's head as Gideon is just gently caressing his neck muscles.
What the heck? Homoerotic? What?
You are a magnificent specimen, aren't you, Mr. Kennedy?
Oh, man.
You have You have beautiful hair and magnificent muscles for a man nearing 50. I'm wondering if you could share your secrets. Well, you know, happy wife, happy life, and all that.
To which Leon would also respond,
I can only imagine your marriage must be absolute shit, given how you look. Why are you wearing a snakeskin lab coat, by the way?
You want to know what Leon's actual retort would be? Yeah, Alex?
What?
I do a lot of push-ups and sit-ups, and I drink plenty of juice.
Him from Smiling Friends would be like, oh my god, that is so awesome! Is there anything more to it than that?
No.
Yeah. Oh! Charlie will be like, that's it?
Knock,
really?
knock, open up the door, it's real. The non-stop
hell.
stainless steel, spinning back kick to the fucking face.
Zero, keep in mind...
Oh my god, you left my fucking alligator snapper right next to me.
Zero, keep in mind, when Saitama told Genos and Carnage Kabuto exactly how he got so strong, they thought he was fucking with them.
Yeah, until they saw his raw strength, like his legitimate freaking strength, like,
and it was
shit.
Leon,
he found out that it was bargain day at the supermarket.
Leon, that sounds like it might be the understatement of the goddamn century, but, you know.
Oh, of course.
It's bargain day at the supermarket!
All trying to do a Shoryuken. Leaving poor Ray Chase wondering.
Unfortunately, Luxray has not been featured as a primary member of anybody's team aside from Volkner, or who is the Sunny Shore City gym leader.
They didn't take my lucky charms, they didn't take my axe, they didn't take my fucking alligator snapper, and they didn't take... Oh.
Alex, there is one thing they might have... Alex, there is one thing they might have taken.
I just realized something.
What?
They took the Twinkies.
This is Sherry's gun.
I was gonna make a Zombieland joke.
Give me a
reference.
second.
Okay.
Plug my...
Now, Luxray, as well as
Fun
Star
fact,
After...
the gun that Leon uses in Resident Evil 6 is called the wingtip, I think is what. He has two of them.
Yep.
Guess who was using the alligator snapper in Resident Evil 6?
Who?
It was Sherry.
Of course it was.
They're not being subtle. They're really not being subtle.
They're not even trying to hide it. My God!
And
Just gonna give
now,
me my
in
gun.
terms
Give me
of
my handgun ammo. Fuck it.
now, in terms of Gen 4 or electric type Pokemon, more often than not, people will pick Luxray. Because look at your options real quick and tell me if there's anything remotely useful outside of Luxray or Raichu. And good luck trying to get a Pikachu. In Platinum.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It literally isn't until Platinum that we got more viable options like Magnemite, which turns into Magneton, and then Magnezone with a single level up in Mount Coronet.
Then
Plus, we also
Magnezone has Magnet Rise to negate the ground type moves.
And then there's Jolteon, which was added.
Thank God. Adding the evolution to the fray.
Yep. So if you wanted to just not use Luxray, hey, you can just get an Eevee and turn into a Jolteon with a Thunderstone.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and then there's one of my absolute goated electric types in all of Pokemon, Electivire. It's a trait evolution, sure, but it's a very viable one.
Once you go through the trade and give it the item it needs, you're pretty much a go-go.
Yep.
Good to go.
So yeah, if you're playing OG Diamond and Pearl, you only have the giant pussycat or the
giant
or Raichu. Speaking of like Taka characters, I did watch on Hellsing Ultimate Abridged, but in a Spanish fan dub. And it's kind of funny how they got how that dub ended up getting the official Spanish voice for Piccolo in that.
Oh, nice.
You, my friend, need to go on a diet.
Which, yes, that does mirror the fact that Team 4-Star actually got a Chris Sabat for it.
Of course.
Under the alias of DJ Sexy Dillionaire. Very subtle Sabat.
Yeah. Very subtle naming that would probably bite him in the ass, considering what he would become later on in life.
Oh, yeah.
Hope it was worth. Hope it was worth burning all that goodwill, Sabat. Just the food for thought.
And when... Oh, and they actually had... The Spanish fan dub ended up changing a number of music and the sound effects from the TFS version. And which, by the way, guess what music plays when an Alucard is being talked down by Abraham Van Helsing in the Spanish fan dub?
What?
Just guess. Just take a wild guess, because it's not the tune that was playing in the original abridgment.
Is it the Castlevania theme?
Nope. I'll give you a hint. It's based off of a movie from the 90s, an animated movie from the 90s that we watched more than once.
Oh. It's from The Lion King.
You get one more guess, and you're close in terms of release window.
The Land Before Time.
We didn't do that movie more than once. We only... It's Batman Mask. It's the main theme of Batman Mask of the Phantasm. Yeah, they use the main theme from Mask of the Phantasm in that scene. And when Abraham Van Helsing in the Spanish fan dub asks, "What say you now?" Oh, instead of the aristocrats, Alucard responds with "Your mom."
That's still a good one.
It is. And they also had a fan, and they've also had to change it. They've also ended up changing a couple of the sound effects here and there. Because I'm guessing that since this isn't as, big or as popular as Team 4-Star, they were limited on a number of things. Just keep in mind, TFS ended up getting their own recording studio eventually. These guys are just a fan dub thing.
The sound effects thing might have been just a matter of, like, you're trying to reconstruct the music and effects track and you don't have access to the original, so you just wind up using whatever, which is what I've done before.
Yeah, that's true.
The first Sonic X fan dub I was in did that too.
Mm-hmm. So, then of course, by the way, speaking of fan dubs, I did hear that the fan dub for episodes 4 and 5 are coming out this weekend.
Yeah, guess what else is happening that night?
What?
We're watching Batman Begins up at the dojo.
So, is this going to be another early thing?
Yes.
Damon, you heard that, right? Damon? Damon! Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. And thus, Damon was kidnapped by ninjas.
Oh no!
So... And... every time I see that fucking bit with Alucard are biting into Alhambra, I'm like, the fuck is this? I found the source of it, thanks to TV Tropes, but I'm like, I still don't know what the fuck this is. This answers nothing. Which, by the way, Alex, I did send you the clip isolated from the rest of the episode.
Oh, cool.
Because I have an idea in mind for things that we will be doing in the future. And believe me, it's gonna be funny. Now, I also sometimes end up coming across, like whenever someone uses the manga image of the aspects of death that the Espada embody, almost nobody ever uses the real one. They always use the one or the only one that isn't an actual aspect of death is Noitora's, and his is just labeled misogyny. And I'm like, that's not his aspect. Anybody who's read the original manga or watched the show know what his aspect of death is, and it's despair. The aspect is represented through their characterization. And despair has consumed Neutra so much to the point where, or the reason why he seeks out battle is to die. And it's just like, my guy. And we find out that the reason why he has this sexist demeanor about him is literally to mask his insecurities. Because he's gotten a ridiculous superiority complex. Like, he believes because he's strong, that means he should trample on the weak. And the only person who has ever treated him as anything but strong is Neliel. She treats him as though he were a beast that needs to be watched.
Hell yeah. I got a hand grenade. This looks kind of like the ones that the Marine Corps had to... It might actually be the ones that... Scalable. It is a scalable hand grenade. This is the one that the Marine Corps had to ban because you can just add more onto it.
Now, Alex, take a wild guess how you're supposed to evolve Licky Tongue in Gen 4.
How?
By teaching it rollout.
Ah.
Because then it turns into Licky Licky.
Okay, so that's
that's right.
Ammo is.
So, Damon, you heard what we were saying, right?
Yeah,
That's
I'm hearing a
because
bit.
Alex has got another movie to watch at the dojo. We're having to do Destiny Deoxys early.
That's all right.
Do I have all the
And
things?
it's weird how Advanced and Advanced Challenge have had movies come out like right around the middle of their series, but the movie for Advanced Battle doesn't come out until long after the Hoenn region is done. On there
Yeah,
now.
because of Ash's Fanpy and May's Squirtle.
Or as Chugga Conroy put it in his Crystal LP. Oh my god,
Yeah.
I found a fanpy!
Yeah, I love that moment. Oh my god, as soon as I got the video, I found a Fanpy! Oh!
He literally screamed like a girl at that moment.
Yep, just like he did with that Doug Trio in his
All
Fire
right,
Red Let's
60-40.
Play.
You know, Alex, if Jesse had kept around the Licky Tongue, do you think it would have turned into a Licky Licky by the time the Gen 4 anime happened?
Yes, but James would have made sure that it went away.
Jesse!
Nobody's allowed to be licky-licking on her except for me.
Jesse! You know why I quote that, Alex?
Yes.
You know why?
Leon does not need to use ladders. He is almost 50, but he has the knees of a 40-year-old.
So for people, I once again apologize to people who were expecting progress in this stream session. You're not getting that today.
I've made progress, but there is no stream session because the stream has been taken down by the fact that the game apparently does not want to work.
You're fucking joking.
The game works fine, but I'm not actually streaming right now.
So you're just playing it?
I'm recording, and then I'm going to upload the recording.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure, because that would feel like a colossal waste of time.
I do have the Switch version that I'm planning on playing for the sake of playing later.
I'm gonna hopefully try to finish this grinding off screen for next session, and if it comes to that, because This is why I don't like to grind on screen, people.
That's fair.
Because I know you can't really hear much audio. Oh, because I turned it down. But do you really want to be hearing this music forever? Or, I'm sorry, I gotta slip in my Suzaku voice. Forever?
Forever?
Forever? Forever?
What?
By the way, Alex,
Ow!
I had finished what Bender asked of me today, and hopefully he got it.
Yep, I gotta get that done after I get done here. I thought I was going to be able to hit you with a shotgun shell, and I was wrong.
So since I sent you an excerpt of a part of chapter 18 of my story, I did want to know what you thought of it. Since, as I told you, it is a loose adaptation of when Tai ended up in the real world after his battle with Edamon.
Oh, lovely, a crimson head.
I'm gonna go heal real quick.
Burst their heads if you want to survive. Well...
So, Zero, I got a question, if you're around to answer it. Okay. Thank you. Okay, good answer. I'm just giving like a thumbs up. I ended up showing my older sister, like, what people were talking about out in regards to the immense level of detail, all that it took to render and animate.
I'm surprised it took me this long to parry.
Anyway, Alex, as I was saying, so I showed my older sister like a short video of someone going over the detail level of the insane level of detailed animation on Aslan and Narnia. With how it's like because of the way that a lion's mane is the level of detail on a lion's mane and whatnot. Aslan took like 10 hours to render just for a single frame.
I shot you!
It's like, look, I get that it's kind of a nightmare to render, but at the same time, without that, but at the same time, they were willing to dedicate themselves to making this look as good as possible. And plus, it's not like Aslan is in a lot of the movies anyway. He's used very sparingly.
Alright. So what is the level cap are we going for before shooting
level 34, so I'm probably going to be doing the rest of this grinding off screen.
But yeah, if you were to do any of the grinding off screen, I would say probably maybe disable the animations so that way it could go a little bit quicker.
Yeah, I like the animations.
I don't know, that's kind of I kind of turn it off whenever I'm grinding sessions. I think that's what I ended up doing for my own.
So, Zero, I was going to ask, like, if you've read my story, if you've been reading my stories so far, what would you say has been your favorite part of it?
I need to go through at some point.
Alright.
Yeah.
I understand if you're busy and whatnot. I'm making you do it now.
But, yeah.
I'm just saying when you have free time. And give it a look-see.
I'll do that.
There should have been more back and forth on the radio, like... Just goofy banter. Just to fill out the space, because You know, that's... You know, I just don't like the fact that... I know what they were trying to do. They were trying to make it seem a little bit scarier by having it just be Leon talking to himself most of the time. I don't like that. I think it should have been... I think there should have been more
Beyond
like another
monologuing or
day at
something
the
else.
office. Yeah, just
This is
another day at
literally-
the office kind of talk, you know?
This is literally why the Devil Artemis sketch is just so good.
Yeah.
Because Leon doesn't really... Because Leon... The only parts of Leon's dialogue that's in there is exactly what you described, and the bomb-ass one-liner he drops after... Or taking out Cell. I gotta show you that sketch if you haven't seen it already. And the thing, Devil Artemis would eventually get at Neo Metal Sonic in one of his actual episodes that wasn't just as the death battle fight. And the thing, Devil Artemis actually turned out to be a legitimately great Cell voice. Because, you know, we thought he was...
Of course!
You know, it was like a lot of people thought that he was just the gag Cell. The other gag Cell aside from Curtis. Like, I think it would have been hard for R2... Like, at this point, it's kind of hard to get at Curtis in on some of this stuff nowadays due to him being in Canada and all that jazz.
Yeah.
So it was probably a safer bet for the Death Battle team to just have Devil Artemis do it. And for his last animated contribution to Death Battle, he certainly went out strong.
Yeah.
I especially love the subtle jab at Shadow after Cell declares himself the ultimate life form, under which Neo Metal Sonic's like, I already have his data. So, going a bit into like the Pokemon contributions for Death Battle, because they've had several contributions. So, how would you so the Pokemon Death Battles are as follows: Ash's Pikachu versus Blanca, Venusaur versus Charizard versus Blastoise, Pokemon versus Digimon, which is Red and his Charizard versus Ash and Todd, or not Ash. Hi and Agumon. Mewtwo versus Shadow, Lucario versus Renamon, Ungoro versus Machamp, and Ash versus Yugi. I swear, I feel like I have spells of dyslexia here and there, and I can't fucking read.
Little dyslexic there, huh?
Yeah. So, my rankings for best to worst Pokemon Death Battles are Ash versus Yugi, because I'm willing to admit the fight animation, and the music, especially since they got Jason friggin' Page for it. That was something.
All right.
Second best is Pokemon versus Digimon, because it's like it's like Red's Charizard versus Tai and Agumon was definitely a great season finale. Then we have Goro versus Machamp. I just love the campiness of that fight.
Huh.
Like, Goro is taking this seriously, and Machamp is just treating this like it's another wrestling match.
Another day.
Dude even dabbed in the middle of the fight. That is just
Maximum
insane.
disrespect.
I know. Then we have the Pokemon Gen 1 Starter Battle Royale. I like the idea. I wish the execution was a bit better. Lucario versus Renamon, I was just like,
every time I start.
are you happy, Pokemon fans? You got your win against Digimon, even though it was bullshit.
Versus only one furry show. I'm sorry, that sounded wrong.
No, you were... Considering how much the furry fandom loves both of them, yeah. And keep in mind, Alex, 1 Minute Melee did this battle, and they did it much better. Better animated, too. Because that sprite battle was pitiful.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, then we have Ash's Pikachu versus Blanca. Blanca had no business winning that.
Yep, just mashing the punch button as hard as you can and fast.
No, he didn't even spam his electric attack. He and Pikachu clashed with like Volt Tackle and whatnot, and Blanca just straight up ate Pikachu. In a very anticlimactic manner.
I hate that one so much.
Oh, but Alex, the worst I've yet to list. Mewtwo versus Shadow.
I fucking hate that one.
See, there we go. Alright, guys.
So,
yeah.
I'm gonna be wrapping up for the night soon.
I don't think I need to explain why Mewtwo versus Shadow sucks, because we already explained why that battle is fucking
our reaction
atrocious.
to that video elsewhere on this channel. Also, I just realized, I was thinking, I was like, why is Sherry's concept art not unlocked until, like, late in the fucking game? And I remembered, and it was like, oh, right, that unlocks after she takes off the glove. That would have been a spoiler.
Anyway, so where do you guys rank the Pokemon death battles?
All of them are bad except for Yugi versus Ash.
You really hate Pokemon versus Digimon too?
I don't... In terms of spectacle, I kind of feel like... I don't know. No, I was mostly just kind of going for a troll there. In terms of spectacle, it's alright. I still don't know enough about Digimon, but my nostalgia will tell me that Pokemon should win, even though I don't like Red. I prefer Ash.
Alex, your nostalgia is wrong.
I'm aware.
Your nostalgia has deceived you for the last time.
Yes. I hope this video comes out alright, because the OBS window has been stuttering throughout. I can't wait for Capcom to remove the the De Novo DRM. There's 2 different cancer DRMs nowadays. It's hard to keep track of them. So that I can get my additional, what was it, like 25-30% boost from that.
Alright, so before we close off, Alex, why don't you give your rankings of each of the Pokemon on death battles in order from best to worst?
Okay, so best is obviously Ash versus Yugi. Then next, probably gonna have to be Digimon versus Pokemon. And then Blanca versus Pikachu. And then
that's
Mewtwo
Alex,
versus...
I listed a few other ones, which are
which...
Goro versus Machamp and Lucario versus Renamon and the Gen 1 starter battle royale.
Okay, well, best is Ash versus Yugi.
Yes.
Next would be Goro versus Machamp. Next would be probably the starter Battle Royale. Either that or Pokemon versus Digimon. Pokemon versus Digimon is next, or maybe it's the other one. Then Pikachu. Then Lucario versus Renamon's above that. Then Pikachu versus Blanca. Then Mewtwo versus Shadow.
Yeah, it's like no matter how you slice it, Mewtwo versus Shadow is objectively the worst death battle, and I've seen doozies.
We have it on its own tier. It's so bad.
Yeah,
Isn't that the death battle where they broke the 180-degree line on a 2D plane?
Yep, and we also saw the green screen on there as well. And they had the voice actors just give deliberately bad performances, just because for Shadow's case it was just mimic the voice of the older English dub, to which I'm like, no, that's not acceptable.
Yeah.
I don't accept bad performances.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I'm gonna be grinding Galbite off screen, so look forward to that. So you know where to find Alex and myself. You can find Ultimate Zero X on Instagram and Twitter, and DJ Brett 12 on BitChute.
Yep.
You can find me at Ultimate Zero X and Ultimate_0X on both respective platforms.
So until then, we will see you Friday for Digimon Adventure 2, The Beginning. The last Digimon Adventure movie that we'll be getting for quite some time. Because, hey, if they want to continue the adventure continuity, hey, that's their shit. It's not my business.
Yeah. Till next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.